Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Well, welcome to a brand new year. And if you are somebody that struggles with expressing yourself, talking in front of people, you have maybe some anxiety, or maybe you lack some confidence, or even at work, or even in a family situation, if you kind of go into freak mode when you know that you need to talk in front of a group of people, or maybe you have a bit of a stuttering challenge, we want to help you out with that. The struggle is over. It's time for change, and it can happen in a very short amount of time, and she can help you out with that. Anna Deeter is with us with livestutterfree.com. Welcome back and Happy New Year, Anna. How you doing?
Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you too, and to all our listeners. Yes, the year has started, and you know how we usually do it around this time. We begin the new year with the new year resolutions, right? Excuse me. So I am now talking about people with difficulty expressing themselves, about people who call themselves stutterers, stammerers. Some people say, oh, my stuttering is not that bad. I stutter occasionally, situationally. I stutter sometimes. Sometimes I speak well, but too often, whenever I am on a business phone call, whenever I'm making a presentation in front of my co-workers, all of a sudden I forget what I want to say. I push, I do my best, but the word wouldn't come out. So this is what I am explaining, and this is what people call so-called stuttering, a mysterious medical condition. And a lot of conventional professionals are dealing with people like that, trying to help them. But unfortunately, the information that I possess today, the information that I'm sharing everywhere today, is still not available. I mean, it's available, but it's not kind of in the mind of those professional speech practitioners that's supposed to be in. So what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that if you help people to improve their speaking skills, you must study the information I am sharing here and everywhere, because this is a definitive solution for any speech imperfection in just a few days.
Well, you know what, Anna? A lot of times we're using the word stutter here, but I'm looking at people just that have problems or challenges expressing themselves. We call it stuttering. They might not, but they want to. They know that they need to make that presentation at work or feel comfortable speaking in front of others, even kids. I want to put the phone number out there, 631-319-6275, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. if you have any questions. And we're going to check in with Hesselberg, Iowa this morning. Can you hear us? Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Anna is here, and she's an expert on helping people express themselves better and speak better and live stutter free. Do you have a question?
Yes. I was actually wondering, how do you help people that get like a mental block when they're trying to speak?
Of course I have.
Head.
Yes, Sabrina. Happy New Year, by the way, too.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, of course, because you got to understand that when we do anything, including speaking, we use both parts that we are in charge of. What I'm talking about is the body and mind. So when you talk about mental blocks, you're talking about incorrect use of the mental capacities we have. It's incorrect use of your attention, of your memory, of your thinking processes. So this is very important. So whenever we speak, we use body and mind. When I talk about the mind, I can substitute this word with a memory. Memory, we need our memory, right? And it has to be a very specific memory. It's called the memory of the tongue movements for each and every word. And when we talk about the body, of course, I already mentioned, this is the tongue we're talking about. So when you talk in front of people and you're having a mental block, in simple words, you forgot. You're not sure what you want to say. You wanted to say something, but you started talking and all of a sudden, oi, I forgot what I wanted to say, right? It happens. It happens. And why it happens? Because you haven't used your perfect body, mind, biocomputer. Body, mind, computer, this is what we all have. And when we don't use it correctly, we struggle, of course. And it's very easy, very simple to fix when you understand that we all have only one beam of consciousness, only one. Okay. And when we speak, we use only one beam of consciousness or beam of attention, focused beam of attention. And it's very simple to use when you understand how it works.
Can I ask another question?
Of course.
I just wanted to know, is that like I don't want to say easy fix, but is it like, I want to say easy fix like for a person with ADHD?
Absolutely. You got it. This is, by the way, all people who stutter or have any difficulty or any fears of public speaking, they all have problems with their use of their attention. And it's not a sickness the way the unfortunately conventional medical professionals are talking about. You cannot take pills for fixing your attention. All you need to do, you need to understand how it works. That's it. And the moment my students understand it, I show it to them with a flashlight in my hand, putting one beam of light on the wall and explaining that the little spot on the wall, the kind of lit up spot, this is where our attention is supposed to be. So if our flashlight goes to, I don't know, goes to a person who is standing in front of you, this is what you can talk about. I see the person, he wears glasses, his head is this, la, 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 the shirt is this color. Yeah, you can talk about this. But if you attempt to talk about something different, okay, not to talk about this person, you won't be able to talk about it because your spot, the sensory spot, your attention will be in a different place. Do you understand me, Sabrina?
Yes, I do.
It sounds really like it's, thank you for calling, Sabrina, by the way, appreciate it.
Thank you.
It almost sounds like it's all about focus, you know, where you focus. And Anna, would you say that it's very similar to somebody for the first time learning how to ride a bike? Once they do it, it's like, it's auto. You don't even think about it anymore.
You absolutely got it. Speaking is an instrumental action. So we have an instrument, it's called a speech pipe. That's the way we call it, speech pipe. And what do you need to play any musical instrument beautifully, accurately, with pleasure? What do you need to do? You need to learn, number one, how the instrument is built to understand how it works. And number two, listen to the teacher giving you instructions. Okay, here is the instrument. You hold it this way. You use it this way, la, la, la. You need to understand how the instrument should be used according to the norms, according to the way it's been built, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we need to do when we speak. We do it right after birth, we begin learning how to do it, and we do it naturally without even asking questions. But if a person is already grown up and still haven't learned to use this speech instrument, the speech pipe, correctly, he's going to be struggling. And he's going to be struggling for as long as he finally learns this information, learns that speech instrument can work only in one way, no speech techniques, no all kinds of human methods, no, only one way, and it's called ringtone.
Well, you know what that is, but the rest of us don't. So why don't we, and you've mentioned it before, but
Yeah.
why don't we talk about ringtones, because the rest of us know a ringtone from what plays on our cell phone when we get a phone call. So in the Anna Live Stutter Free world, a ringtone is what?
Ringtone is the free fall of the tongue, period.
Okay.
When the tongue drops in our mouth freely, like you don't need even to participate in this process. It just falls down. Like imagine if you are holding a ball and in your hand and you let the ball go. The ball drops, the ball falls down. This is what's happening in our mouth when we are using correctly our speech instrument, our tongue. So, and whenever our tongue falls down, at this moment, we hear the noise of the falling tongue. And this noise is called the ringtone of our voice. It's a vocal ringtone. And each word has several drops of the tongue, several falls of the tongue. But why I am talking about so specifically, because whenever our tongue falls down inside of our mouth, we always hear from 1 to up to 6 sounds at once. At once. When the tongue drops, we may hear 1 sound if it's a vowel sound. But most of the time we hear from 2 to 6 sounds. And you got to understand it has nothing to do with syllables. Syllables. Wow. It has nothing to do with it. Our tongue works totally differently than our hand. Okay.
Wow. See, this goes against everything that we all thought, number one. Number two, when somebody learns how to speak, typically, and just correct me along the way if this is off base, but they're not taught how to speak. They just hear. And all they're doing is repeating what they hear their parents, watching them and learning how to form those words, but they're not actually taught how to speak. And would you say, Anna, that really is the biggest challenge that most people have?
This is the biggest challenge most people have. You're absolutely right. But this is normal. When no one teaches young children to speak, this is natural. Because when children are growing up, they are learning to do things by imitation. Yeah. The actions of their family, of their teachers. Older we become, we go to work, we imitate the actions of our boss, right? So we are always learning and we are always speaking. We learn to say more words as we grow up, as we become smarter, maybe, okay? We learn new professions. What is it that we learn? The first thing when we get a new job, we learn the new terms, terminology, new words, how to say these words with our tongue. And we do it naturally by what? By simply imitation. Imitation. We hear, we repeat.
The craziest thing is, we use the learn how to ride a bike analogy before. And I got to believe like 70% of the time when anybody, kid, even if an adult hasn't learned to ride a bike as a kid, somebody shows you how to do it.
Absolutely,
It's
of
rare
course.
that get on a bike and just, figure out the balancing and all of that. But something so important as expressing yourself properly and speaking, they don't teach that in school. And you would know
No.
because you taught in the school system for years and know that it's faulted in that regard.
Yeah, unfortunately, they attempt to do that, but they are doing more harm than help to children because when a young child comes to a kindergarten, they begin teaching this child letters and syllables. And they encourage the child to speak by letters and syllables. Letters and syllables are for writing, for reading and writing.
And
We
consonants.
do consonants, vowels, all these terms. They're great, of course, but they are needed for learning the way to write correctly, not to speak. So to make an analogy for people to understand things I'm talking about, the ringtones. The ringtone is the one movement of the tongue, right? This is what the ringtone. It's the sound of speech. The smallest segment of speech. When we speak, the smallest one we hear is called the ringtone. But if we compare it with writing, what is the smallest segment of writing? One letter. Letter.
Right.
We move one movement of our hand. So if we want to write the letter A, for example, we make certain set of movements, that's it, okay? But if we were to write the whole word with the letter A, we still are going to be writing letter by letter, each letter separately.
Going to go to a call here. By the way, we're talking with Anna Deeter, who helps so many people speak clearly and livestutterfree.com. Livestutterfree.com, 631-319-6275 is how you can reach us, or instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. Providence, Rhode Island joins us. Hey, who's this?
Hi, my name is Daniela. I have a quick question here.
Sure. Hi, Daniela.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
I was wondering, do you work with your clients long term?
I am working with my clients. I don't even like the word clients. I like the word students. I am working for my students for 3 days in a row. And after the class, per need, if they have any questions, if they've forgotten something, if they need it, because basically the information I'm giving to them just makes them speak 100% accurately on the very first day of the class. It's the same as, imagine you want to teach a student how to, I don't know, write. So what do you need to give him? What information? You teach him how to write all the letters of the alphabet, right? And then you tell them, okay, here is the dictionary. Here is how you can spell all the words. So they don't need you much anymore. You can simply look at the word, and this is what teachers in school do, right? They give children dictionaries, they give children books, they teach them like spelling tests, right? That's it. After a student understands how things work, learns the basics, after that, he doesn't need teachers much, only if he's confused, only if he has questions. So yes, after the 3-day course, my students have an unlimited access to free consultations, unlimited, if they ever need them, which happens, yes.
Does that answer it, Daniela?
Yes, thanks so much.
Oh, thank you for checking in. Happy New Year, by the way. Yeah, and I just wanted to share with everybody, when we talk about those 3 days, it's virtual. You're in front of your computer, just living in the comfort of your home and learning how to speak better and clearer at livestutterfree.com. What
And
inspired you, Anna, to go down this route? I know you worked in the school system. Were you doing this in the school system at all? Any kind of capacity there?
I wish.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish I could. I mean, I did it, but I did it from a totally different side. I was the one who did more harm to children than helped, unfortunately. And unfortunately, this understanding came to me much later. So it came to me about 10 years ago when I got fired from Los Angeles Unified School District, actually California School District. At that time, it was a different school district. But yes, I've given over 30 years of my life to attempt to do my best to use therapeutic approach towards speech imperfection, towards stuttering. And I wish I could have all my students that I couldn't lead to the stutter-free life.
Oh, it's great when you look at it this way. You're taking what appears to be a broken system, and I'm totally on your page in terms of how kids are taught. Not to get deep, it's a whole different debate over there. But even what schools do now, and even junior high and high school, forcing kids, college, you need to learn this. You got to get you ready for college. What if you don't want to go to college? What if you want to learn trade? Now it's shoving it down your throat. And the same thing in terms of expressing yourself. The system is set up to try and teach you that, like we're talking about, learning the vowels, the consonants, and the sounds they make per letter. But basically, you're derailing a lot of kids that aren't getting that. So bravo to you for coming up with livestutterfree.com and just moving away from that system. It's amazing that it can be done in 3 days. That's, for me, that's the mind blow. People will spend money, drop a couple $100 on a massage. We all need self-care. Make yourself feel better. Day later, that's it's forgotten. Where you make an investment in yourself in 3 days, and look what you got. It's a life. Your life begins from that point of being more confident, being able to express yourself, being able to talk, not worry, have anxiety. Why wouldn't you do it? I just don't get it.
And you know what? I want to mention that what's the most important, of course, when you can communicate freely, you live the life, successful life of a happy human being.
Yeah.
You can get any job you want. You can get up in the morning excited that you're going to go to work and you're going to have your meeting. You're going to do your presentation. You're going to have all eyes on you, and you're going to be standing tall in front of the whole crowd of people. And you just love the attention of people listening to you, asking questions. And compare with the previous life of every person who stutters, dragging themselves out of bed in the morning. Oh no, I have to go to the meeting today.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's going to be my turn to speak, to give a report. Oh no, they're going to be looking at me. They're going to be giving me all these looks like I am some kind of a weirdo. They are going to laugh at me. They're going to be whispering, talk about me behind my back.
Or the anxiety, knowing that you have to go into your boss or in front of your boss or your colleagues or a sales team and have to make this presentation. And it's just like, you'd be thinking about it for a week. Like, oh, God, I can't believe I got to do that. How am I going to do that? I'm just no, you should be walking in saying, this is going to be good. I can't wait. All right. We're going to tell everybody again.
And what's really cool about it is that it's possible to fix it from 1 to 3 days of my time. You come to me, you learn what the ringtone is, how your tongue is supposed to produce ringtones, not syllables, not sounds, but ringtones, the vocal ringtones. It's the ringtones of your voice, and how easy it is in 1 to 3 days. And then you begin living your life like everyone else on the planet.
starting a new year happy. How about that? LiveStutterFree.com is the website. Just go there, start the conversation. You will not be judged, by the way, if you start talking with Anna and you're a little bit of hesitation, stuttering, whatever it is. She's seen it. She's heard it all before.
Oh,
She
yeah.
knows. Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Oh, yeah.
And she knows
I've
how to
heard
help
it.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
and you have the passion and you want people.
I
to
do have the passion. Otherwise, I would have stopped doing it a long time ago.
Exactly.
I've been able to educate thousands of people already over this 10 years, over 10 years. And some of them I don't even know. I do receive letters, feedback from all kinds of strangers who write to me, Anna, what you are doing is so amazing. You don't know me, but I bought your book. I read your book and I fixed my speech up to 80%. I still make mistakes here and there, but just by reading your book, I improved my speaking. And I also recommend people may buy my books. They may read my books and learn a lot from them. But you got to understand that no book on the planet will look at you and say, hey, you are not doing it correctly. Here is how you're supposed to do it. You need a mentor. The mentors are here for you to get it in almost no time, to save you time of your life. What is more precious than your life, your time? Why sit and read books and struggle forever when you can sit in front of your mentor, look at your mentor, and imitate again. Imitate the movements of the speech instrument that the mentor explains to you and shows to you, demonstrates them to you. And you get it right away. Why struggle for the rest of your life?
Not worth it. LiveStutterFree.com. Anna, so great having you on with us and learning the process of helping people. And thank you for having the passion to help people speak clear. And look forward someday if we get a chance to talk again. Happy New Year, people. Talk free. Fix your speech. Good having you on again, Anna. Appreciate it.
Happy New Year to everyone. And see you around. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.